Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Lauren. Okay. I'm Tracy. I'm Megan.
And I'm Grandpa. And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
Goes.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow lots of stuff on the farm. But one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. We got a beautiful but humid day on our hands. Humidity is right there at 99%. It's almost raining. But that's okay. It's the time of the year for it. And to be honest with you, I think I'm starting to get used to the humidity again. I mean, it makes me sweat, but I'm getting used to it. Hey, good morning, sir. What are you up to this morning?
Scouting around.
Ooh, what were you scouting?
Hay fields. So we're gonna mow hay today.
It's a good day to mow hay. Well, actually not right now, but later on it'll be a good day to mow hay.
I hope so. I didn't know it was supposed to be raining this morning.
Yeah. Oh. Now we're uncertain what's going on today because normally a lot of people have picnics today. They have gatherings because it's a holiday. So we're not sure how busy we're gonna be. Are people gonna be out picking up sweet corn? Are they gonna be picking up vegetables for their picnics? Or have they already gotten everything? See, we're not sure about that. We don't know if we're gonna be busy. We don't know if we're not gonna be busy. But one thing's for certain, we're closing at 2 p.m. this afternoon, and Dad wants to be done with outside work by 12, which, come on, that's not gonna happen. But anyway, yeah, let's get started. So we're gonna get the farm market set up right away this morning. And can you tell we have sweet corn again? I don't know how this happens, but all the sweet corn stock gets on the ground here. So I'm gonna get the farm market all swept and cleaned up, and then we're gonna get it set up. We'll see what we have. We didn't go to wholesaler yesterday because we knew we were gonna be closed today. We'll be at wholesaler tomorrow. So we might be short on some stuff. Farm market is now all set up, and that brings us out in front of the farm market. You will notice it looks pretty empty out here. All the vegetable plants are now gone. So we're just waiting until we can move the fall mums up to fill up the rest of these tables. The only thing up on the tables right now is some perennials that we have. This is when we really start to sell perennials because the flowers look really, really nice, but we need to get these tables filled up a little more. So what I'm gonna do is grab some stuff from right down in front of the greenhouse and bring it up so that it looks nice. So I was just about to start bringing up some of these perennials, but then I was asked to do another job. The girls were in the cooler looking around a little bit, and they noticed we didn't have much lettuce. Now we've been picking the lettuce pretty heavily, so we are running out there, but there should be some red leaf and green leaf. My only concern is that we've had warmer temperatures as of recently, and I'm worried some of the red leaf might have went to seed. Well, there's only one way to find out, so we're gonna head out there and see what we can find. And while I work on this, I believe Dad and Daniel are down over the hill getting ready to grind some feed. We do need to grind, I think, cattle. I'm not sure if we need chicken and feed or not. That's the last thing we ground. So I'm gonna guess cattle feed. We should be okay on the green leaf. There looks like there's plenty there. There is some red butterhead along the side-by-side and a few right there, so we can harvest those. I'm just concerned this red leaf might be past its prime. I'm gonna cut the stuff that looks like it's on the younger side. It looks beautiful. It's just some of it looks like it's going to seed. I think we've basically picked off all the red butterhead, so that's really good. I'm glad when we harvest everything that we plant. Now I'm grabbing some green leaf, and this stuff is massive. Beautiful. So I don't know how many I'm gonna be able to fit into my basket, but I have one more basket on the side-by-side, just in case. For green leaf lettuce, this may be the largest lettuce that I've harvested all year. They cut through a tree trunk. Wow. It's not every day that you get to harvest lettuce that looks like that. Gorgeous. And what's really good about this is it tastes great too. That's the best part. Yeah, I think that crate's a little full. And lastly, we have our red leaf. Now, when I talk about it going to seed, you can see how this middle section is really starting to shoot up here. And that does affect the flavor of the lettuce. Makes it a little on the bitter side. So I'm trying not to cut any of the lettuce that has these long shoots growing up the center. We'll see what we can find. I don't think we're gonna get too much. I found some smaller heads that we had planted later on. This one looks good, but this is the only one ready to harvest. Now, for those of you that don't know where I am, we call this the garden. We harvest, farm 80 acres of vegetables. Why do we have a garden? Good question, because it's close to the farm market, but we mostly grow red beets, lettuce, and some other things out here. We have some dill and some spinach. The spinach did not come up nice this year, I think because it was so dry. The dill though looks really good, and there's lima beans planted out here. Yeah, lima beans, wonderful. But for the most part, what we have in the garden is usually red beets. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows of red beets seeded out here. And from what I've seen, they look really nice. We did have to replant some. The first initial planting didn't come up too well, but as long as we get something out of this garden, we'll be happy with it. We've gotten a great lettuce harvest so far, and hopefully the red beets will be just as good. The big boy. That's a big piece of lettuce. Lettuce is now all cleaned up, and we need to get it moved into the cooler. Now that the lettuce is all taken care of, I'm gonna be heading down around back. Aunt Rhonda has brought up some perennials to fill up these tables. She's bringing up another cart right now. And the reason why I wanna head down around back is because I can hear the feed grinder running. So I wanna head down and see how that's going and help the boys out a little bit. I'll tell you what, I did not think it was gonna be this warm out today. I thought it was gonna be on the cooler side. But it looks like the sun is coming out and warming things up. Rule number 1, when you show up late, don't get in the way. Oh, that's one way to get yourself in trouble. Good morning, fellas. Want to go for a ride? They can't go for a ride. They wouldn't fit in the side-by-side. We just moved a few cattle into this pen. They've been getting acclimated nicely. We've also moved a bunch of calves out into the pasture ground, and they have enjoyed themselves. You can tell when they're really enjoying themselves because they start to put on weight, which is always good for the farmer. So they have been currently grinding cattle feed. They're unloading it up into our large bin. The tote that we have there has a slide on the bottom. It makes feeding really, really easy. Only issue is we have to wheelbarrow it over to the animals. And when I say only problem, it's not a bad problem to have. We've been thinking about ways to make it a little easier on us, and in the future we'll have to start instituting those ideas and making things easier on us and actually acting on it. The bin holds about 2 grinder full loads, which is a lot of grain for us, and it saves us a lot of time when we only have to grind once or twice a month. Grinding feed is a big job for multiple reasons. It takes a lot of us to get the job done. You know, you need a lot of helpers to make sure that you can get the batches taken care of, and there's a lot of equipment to move around. Once everything's into place, it's a little easy. You know, you just start the machines, you get everything running, and then you can kind of relax. But it just takes a lot of people to get everything into place. Dad got his basket of eggs all collected, and I just got mine taken care of. So now we have all the eggs collected, and we've got the chickens fed. So all we have to do is finish off the cattle feed, and we're done with animals for the morning. One is we need feed. I mean, we're running out. The second reason is we need our truck empty here because we're getting ready to harvest wheat. And when we get ready to harvest wheat, we need somewhere to store our wheat. So we have our other truck, but we also want to make sure this is empty and our wagon is empty. So normally we don't worry about getting the truck completely emptied out. But if we can get it emptied out, it's just gonna save us a lot of headaches and a lot of time later on. Forklift was in the way. Who would do that? Daniel. I thought I was in the clear. I moved the forklift out of the way, but wouldn't you know it, I moved it right in the way again because this is where we have to put the truck. So I'm just gonna back this over and then later on, we'll just take it up to the shop. We'll just park it here for now. Hopefully not in the way. That'll probably be in the way. You know how it is. Alrighty. Now we gotta run over, help Dad get the truck backed in, and then we're all finished with grinding feed and taking care of the animals. Watch out, little chickens, the truck is coming. You're good, straight back. You're good. You're good. Alrighty, right there. Yeah, I guess we're so busy I haven't had the opportunity to show you. We got some chickens in. Now these are broiler chickens, so these will be ones that we butcher and sell, or that we keep for ourselves because we eat a lot of chicken. They've been here for a few days. They're beautiful. They're getting really big already. There's one in here with a really big head. We call it Matthew. No, I'm just kidding. We don't call it Matthew.
We got a funny story about the peeps. Well, it ended up to be a funny story. It could have been a bad story. But we had one escape and we couldn't catch it. So one day I found it out here, like 2 days after we got him, we found it out here in the feedlot, and it was in with a batch of kitties. So the kitties were nursing off its mom, and the chick was right there with it. But we couldn't reach the kitties. They were back in a hole underneath stuff. So one day the mom is moving the kitties, and she moved all the kitties, and then she went and got the peep and moved the peep too. So we were able to catch the peep then and put it back in the pen.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of things on the farm, but we never saw a baby chicken get adopted by a cat. So that was pretty neat. And she didn't even hurt it, which was shocking because we've had trouble with cats here in the past. That was close. We had this truck sitting out. It has nitrogen in it. It started to rain. We don't need that headache, so I backed it in here really quickly out of the way. I confirmed it with Dad. We're not going to be doing any more picking today. But even though we're not picking vegetables, there's still tons of other jobs that need to get accomplished. And Daniel is working on a big one right now. So what big thing is Daniel working on? Well, don't let the light drizzle fool you. We are expecting a few days of hot, sunny weather and no precipitation, which means that's great weather to start baling some hay. And as all of you know, the first step for baling hay is getting it all mown down, which is what Daniel is currently working on. Now, the second cutting of hay, it's not going to be anything special. It didn't get moisture till about halfway through its cycle. However, we still need to mow it off to encourage the third cutting to start growing. Now we have some grass hay, alfalfa, and some clover that's gonna need to be mown down. This to the right of me is some grass hay that we have. And to be honest with you, it's looking pretty good. Right up from our grass hay, we do have a strip of alfalfa here, and that looks nice as well. Now, the only difference is that the grass hay just isn't what it could be. The alfalfa, we were expecting this because it was drier, and the alfalfa that we have has been getting hammered by the deer. The deer have been loving it. Dad said he saw 11, I think. 11 deer out there eating clover the other day in one field, so you know they're moving around. But the thing is, we're gonna be doing our best to try and get our hay crop mown down because of this dry weather that we have coming up. And it's not gonna be too strenuous, too much work, because the crop is so light. I don't know, I wouldn't give you a percentage because I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's gonna be on the light side. No farmer really wants a light crop, especially when it comes to hay. I know Joel was looking forward to a larger harvest for the horses, and Dad was saying he hopes to get a good amount of bales for the cattle. I don't know how much we're gonna get, but it's not gonna be what we want. But that's also another reason why we're getting it mown off, to encourage it to continue growing. If we can continue that growth, that's gonna help with the third cutting. And if our third cutting is larger than our second, we'll be happy with that. I was just driving around checking on some of the hay fields and I crossed over to another farm. Only issue is it started raining, so I tried hiding out under some trees, and I don't think it's gonna stop raining anytime soon, so I'm just gonna head home. I was not expecting it to rain. I mean, it's gonna be okay for what we're dealing with mowing hay down, but it's just not fun to drive it. On my way home, it stopped raining, and I found Daniel, which is a good thing. We can see how he's doing. Expected. There's not too much here, but what is here does look nice. We're happy with it. Would we like a little more? Yeah, but who wouldn't? Come on. It is just about lunchtime, so Daniel is gonna finish off this field and then he's gonna head back to the farm. And that's what we're gonna do too. We're gonna head back to the farm. Let's see, what are we having for lunch today? Ooh, it looks like we're having hamburgers and hot dogs. Very nice. We also got some fresh veggies here and some watermelon. Sounds like a good lunch to me. I am excited. It is now closing time here at the farm. It's closing time pretty early on. We're closing early today. It's 2 o'clock, so we are getting everything off the shelves and moved into the cooler.
Look what I found, Andrew.
Ooh, sweet corn.
I think in 4 or 5 days we'll be pulling sweet corn.
Oh, hon, you hear that? She loves sweet corn. Are you excited?
That is so exciting.
Now, since we are finished with work for the day, there is something that I want to show you all, something that we have been working towards for a very long time. For those of you who don't know, Lauren and I have been married for over 7 years, and we have always lived in the farmhouse. The reason for that is because Lauren and I wanted to keep things simple, and we thought it was just easier staying there right in the farmhouse. So we built an addition on, and we've been living there for 7 years, and it's worked out great. But then Callie came along and we started running out of room. So now what do we do that we've run out of room? Well, I'll show you. And in we go. We'll close the door. And yeah, I'd like to welcome everyone to Lauren and I's new home. Yeah, you heard that correctly. My wife and I purchased a home. We've actually been doing a lot of work on it here in the past couple weeks. It's been amazing how much work we've actually done. Structurally, this house is pretty much perfect. Everything looks really, really nice. We did put a whole new coat of paint on, and we're also updating and adding some new features. So I'm sure this brings on a lot of questions. I'll try and answer a few questions right away. One of the first things we discussed when we decided that we were going to be purchasing a home is, what are we gonna do for dinner? You know, our family eats dinner together every night. See, I knew that was a question that people were gonna have. What are they gonna do about dinner? Family dinner is so important. And it is, and we've actually come out with a schedule. Yeah, we've made a family dinner schedule so we can eat together as much as possible. So I know everyone was concerned about that right away. The family dinners, they're not gonna be changing much. We've got the schedule set and I think it's gonna work. And then another question people probably have is, well, how far away from the farm are you? What if there's an emergency? I am not far away at all, so if an emergency comes up, I can probably get there before my brothers. When it really gets down to it, the fact that Lauren and I were able to purchase this home, it's all because of you guys, those that watch the channel. I do my best to use the income that I get for YouTube to help out the farm, and I use it to help out my family. And this is one of the ways I was able to help out the family by getting a new home. Not that it was too crowded at the farmhouse, but with the baby getting older and Callie needing more things, we were outgrowing our little space and spilling over into the main house. So it was time for this to happen. So I just want to give a big thank you to everybody that watches the videos. This is all possible because of you guys. And this is a beautiful home and we're gonna make a lot of memories here. Now there is one more thing I'd like to mention. Because we are moving into a new home, Lauren and I never had our own kitchen. We never had a lot of our own things. So yeah, we have to get a lot of stuff. And we were kicking back and forth ideas of what we need and where we're gonna go shopping for everything. But my dad suggested that I mention it to you guys. If you guys would be interested in getting anything for the house, we actually have an Amazon wish list just for the house. And it's gonna be in the description of this video. So if you guys would like to, I'm not telling you you have to, but if you guys would like to do something for the family, or you'd like to do something for myself, Lauren, and Callie, you can go down in there and get something off the wish list and it would be sent right to our house. And like I said, you do not have to send anything, but if you wanted to, that would be the best way to help out what we have going on here, help us fill out this new house. So far what we've done is clean the entire place. It was a lot of work to clean this. We had to clean the ceilings, the walls. We're working on getting our backsplash tiled in the kitchen. Carpets, we're working on doing this upcoming Thursday. I have to go shopping for a couch, new bed. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. But one last time, I'd like to thank you guys for everything you've done. This is a big deal, and I'm excited about it. And I just wanted to mention the Amazon wish list to you again. So many people ask, you know, what can I do? How can I help out more? Is there anything I can do? That's something you can do for the entire family if you'd like. And don't worry, we're still gonna be eating together as a family. I just wanted to mention that again. That is something that we really wanted to make sure that we kept up with. So yeah, welcome to my new home. We'll be moving in shortly. Whoops, we're eating dinner. I forgot that in the video. We are having waffles for dinner. We also got some fresh veggies, cauliflower and broccoli. But anyway, this is where we're gonna end the video today. I would like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.